So I did hear about a couple of stories about Jack Perry up in the UK. And I'm like, wow, this gotta be a work. There's no way he said these things and he was acting this way around wrestling fans who are fans of his. But there's no way this story is true. Somebody has to be throwing this guy under the bus. There's no way he said these things. These things sound like a troll, like he might be trolling or something. But I heard this dude said that he would rather listen to advice from his boy Luchasaurus over the Hall of Famer Billy Gunn. Wow, the same Billy Gunn who used to be a trainer for the WWF, who used to be a trainer for NXT, the guy that ran Tough Enough. Him, that guy who actually helped Drew money for DX, him, a multiple-time tag team champion, a guy who has trained some of the best wrestlers. Wow. Hold on, let this sink in. He thinks Billy Gunn doesn't know anything. That's what I heard. I'm like, he said that he would rather take advice from a guy who has a similar wrestling style than him. That makes no sense. That's pretty stupid. What does your style of wrestling have to do with anything? I mean, is your style drawing money? Dog, why would you take advice from Luchasaurus, a guy that flunked out of NXT? In fact, I think he was in NXT at the same time Billy Gunn was there. So, why would you take his advice? He's not in NXT anymore. He's not in a WWF. He's not in the big leagues for a reason. Let me say that once again. Luchasaurus is not in the big leagues for a reason. Because that is a him problem. He was weak. He had no upside, no potential. It's like, bro, he is not a star. Billy Gunn was a star. Dude, look at his sons. Look at the Gunn Club. Have you seen their improvements? Those guys were trained by their father. Last time I checked, the Gunn Club are better in-ring performers than Jack Perry. So why would you say Billy Gunn gives bad advice? He said that he don't like the fact that Billy Gunn hates Canadian destroyers. Okay, yeah, so? Like, okay, how is that a bad thing? Look, Billy Gunn does not like guys doing flippy dippy stuff. But that's not a bad thing. It's like, I'm going to take Billy Gunn's advice over Luchasaurus' advice. But to say Billy Gunn gives bad advice and he's always mad. Yeah, he's always mad because you guys are shit wrestlers. And I heard that nobody takes advice from Billy Gunn. That is crazy. That's like, bro, you guys wouldn't last a minute down in NXT. Maybe that's why you guys will never be in NXT. The fact that, yeah, those rumors are actually true. That nobody on that roster takes advice from legends. That's like the total opposite of what I hear on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Braun Breaker takes advice from everybody. Carmelo Hayes takes advice from everybody. Grayson Waller takes advice from everybody. Johnny G takes advice from Shawn Michaels. So by that same logic, Jungle Boy would not take advice from Shawn Michaels. He would choose Luchasaurus over icons, legends. It's like, man, what kind of ship is Tony Khan running over there? I mean, his guys have no respect, no discipline. But now, there's no way this was true. I heard somebody ask Jack Perry, what made you get into wrestling? There's no way he said this. He said that Marco's stunt growth was the reason he became a professional wrestler. That's insane. There's no way that is true. He has to be trolling. It's like that pretty much sums up Jack Perry as a person. That pretty much sums up Jack Perry as a wrestler. There's no way his main influence was Marco Stunt growth. That's crazy. He has to be trolling. But my gosh, like, this is not a good look for Jack Perry. And I heard that he was an asshole down in the UK. Now, that's not my business, but I don't like the fact that this dude does not take advice from Billy Gunn or other icons, but the fact that he said he only takes advice from guys who have similar styles. It's like, dude, you have a reckless, stupid style. It's like, bro, you're not over for a reason. You are a theme song. Can you imagine if Jack Perry had a regular generic theme song? Are you sick? Nobody would care about this guy. It's like, what is there to cheer for? He can't act. He can't talk. He don't want to talk. It's like, man, this dude might be a lost cause. Unless he has a gimmick change. It's like, I'm getting vibes. He might not be that passionate about pro wrestling. Maybe he just likes to do the flips and the kicks, right? There are guys that are like that, who just like to do flips and kicks. It's like, man, dude, take advice from, I don't know, maybe a Ricochet. Take advice from, I don't know, Will Ospreay, right? Those guys used to be all about the flips and the kicks, but they eventually put on muscle and changed their style. But I can't believe this dude don't want this. He don't want to take advice from Billy Gunn. It's like, I'm trying to think, man, what did he learn from Christian Cage? Now look, let this sink in. What did he learn from Christian Cage? Nothing. Wow. Because is there any improvements with Jack Perry? He learned nothing from Christian Cage. That was a waste of time then. See what I'm saying? So what is Christian Cage doing for these guys on that roster? It's like, why is there? Is there for a paycheck? Maybe. But Jack Perry, man, wow. Now, people are saying, why not turn this guy heel? Okay, will that make a difference? No. Because let's say you turn him heel. I mean, bro, he still has no charisma. How can he pull that off? Right? It's all about a gimmick change. That's all. He needs a gimmick change. Not a heel change, but just a gimmick character change in general. This guy is a lost cause at this point. It's like, at least Dominic Guerrero had love and passion for the business. Now, look at Don Guerrero. Dude, he takes advice from everybody. He learns from everybody. Ray, Edge, Roman probably, Finn Balor. He learns from everybody how to be a wrestler. That's what I heard about Dominic. He does not ignore nobody. He takes advice from every icon, every legend. Look where he's at. Tons of improvements. Unlike Jack Perry, it's like, man, Jack Perry is soft. He said that Billy Gunn is too hard on him. I'm like, bruh, I saw Billy Gunn on Tough Enough. Bruh, that's how you are supposed to train your wrestlers. You are supposed to be somewhat hard on them, right? To break them out of bad habits, to teach them discipline. Dude, Jack Perry, dude, you are not a finished product. You came from the indies. You used to wrestle in bars, dog. You went from wrestling in bars to being on TNT, which means, bro, you still have a lot to learn. It's like, who is you? Billy Gunn used to wrestle in front of millions and millions of people. He knows what he's doing. Of course, I'm going to take advice from Billy Gunn. And this is the same problem with Adam Page. I heard Adam Page don't take advice from icons and legends. So it's like, man, maybe that's why you guys are not in the WWF. So this was a good thing that All Elite Wrestling started, because those two guys wouldn't last down in NXT. Because damn, you don't take advice from legends, icons, bruh, that will get you buried in NXT. That's facts. Can you imagine somebody not taking advice from a Shawn Michaels or a Road Dogg? Shawn Michaels will make sure you get buried. So I'm saying, so see, they teach you discipline in NXT. You better take their advice or else. But when it comes to All Elite Wrestling, it's like, man, what is Tony Khan running down there? Because when it came to Billy Gunn, he didn't have these issues when he was in NXT. Everybody took his advice. But it just goes to show you, maybe Bill DeMott knew what he was doing. Listen, maybe Bill DeMott was on to something. Maybe Bill DeMott was not the bad guy after all. Because look at Luchasaurus. He's weak. Look at Omega. He's weak. Where are those guys at now? They are in All Elite Wrestling, not taking advice from anybody. So I think Bill DeMott was on to something. It's like, I don't think he was that bad of a guy. Bruh, I've seen trainers do worse and say worse, but they do that to make sure the wrestlers learn discipline on becoming better and better and better. Listen, there's a reason why Luchasaurus got his ass fired down in NXT. Because he's weak and he has no upside. He's not that guy. But man, just wow. Jack Perry, man, this is not a good look. There's a reason why you are the least over pillar. It's like, man, I heard he came across as a jerk, as an asshole when he was in the UK. And I'm like, man, you are a face. It's like, man, he is a face? It's like, man, it's worse when he has no personality. That's what makes it worse. I'm like, bro, you are not over to be acting like that. It's like, see, you see when a theme song brainwashes you, he thinks he's over because people sing his theme song. Like, no, bro, they like your theme song, not you. Let me say that again. They like your theme song, not you. You have no charisma, no personality. Hence why Tony Khan gave you a new theme song so people can cheer for you and find you relevant, because all you are is a theme song. But this is not a good look for Jack Perry. To throw Billy Gunn under the bus. I'm like, bro, look at his sons. His sons are better in-ring performers than you. It's crazy, man. I can't believe Tony Khan chose this boring guy as a pillar. Bro, he ain't no pillar. He is a job guy. Being pushed like he is some kind of future. Bro, he's not the future. It's like, Khan has an awful eye for talent. Like, I don't get it. Since day one, I was never a fan of Jack Perry. I never saw the big deal. It's like, man, he is forced. He is a theme song. Outside of that, he's a lost cause, bro. If Christian Cage can't make you better, that means that is a you problem. But the fact that he said he doesn't want to take advice from people who don't share the same ideas than him, that sounds like Adam Page. And look where he's at. He's no longer over. In fact, there's a strong possibility Adam Page will never be over ever again. But the fact that this dude would rather take advice from Lucha freaking Saurus, a guy that never drew money, just because he's your boy, that don't mean he knows what's best for you. Most of the time, it's always the opposite guy that knows what's best for you, not somebody who's always in your ear who tells you what you want to hear. Of course, your boy is not going to steer you wrong, right? But the fact that he's your boy, that's not a good thing. You gotta take a objective opinion about your style. Billy Gunn knows what the fuck he's talking about. It's like, look at his sons. His sons had a 2-year improvement, faster than you. And you think Lucha knows more than Billy Gunn just because Lucha does the same bullshit as you? That's it. I'm done.